have started. They have, he's going to tell us a little bit about it. I think it's very important for all of us to know, because as civil society, I really feel before I started this whole endeavor, I knew very little. In fact, I knew nothing. And I'm so happy that right now I know a little bit. I'd love to share that with you, and I'd love you to share that with other people, because I think that's the way it goes. We can't really only rely on our agencies to get up there and do everything. I think it's up to us as well. We're passing around a couple of things that we'd love you to go through, and there's a kind of thing that you need to tick off if you'd like to be part of this whole movement, which I'm sure a lot of you will be after today. I think it's really, really important for us to get engaged. So enough about me. Sir, it's up to you now.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
you for the kind words. First, ma'am, Mumbai Police, we don't take pan. And we break pan, that is it. Pan or butter, so pan. And we wear our uniform nicely. Two things, please, kindly take a note of that. And we are very much committed for the women, children, and senior citizens to protect the city, their life, their liberty. This is our motto and this is our commitment. This we have insisted number of times, and we are fully committed for that. And we are doing for with full passion. All our police force, all police women, constables, officers, all are committed for this thing. And I am just telling you that 103, that helpline we are having. You call 100, 103, we are receiving round the clock. And for that, our response time is less than 7 minutes. And in all over Mumbai city, we are having 93 Nirgas squads. Every police station is having dedicated mobile bank for safety and security of the women side. For the second, we are having 2-3 more things to add, just limited time. Second, for the every, you can say Saturday, we are having our Melawa, complaint, you can say the conference to address the issue of the women's and child, basically women's. And our senior officer, they are calling all the women who have given complaint in the last 7 days, and every Saturday we are having that try to address that issue. This is very successfully we are doing every Saturday, every police station in our city. And third thing, for the women, complainants, victims and family, we are having our regional counseling centers with all the NGOs, respective citizens, they are sitting here, they are giving their input, and psychologists, doctors, all important experts, we are engaging in that. And all the regions in Mumbai, this is running very successfully. Last but not, the one more important point, about you can say the drug-free Mumbai. For that drive, in the last 6 months, we have demolished more than 2,000 illegal pans and stores that is near to schools and colleges. And we have started one more drive that is not directly related to this campaign, but the Cyber Shield of Mumbai City. In every region in Mumbai, we have started 13 cyber slaves dedicatedly for the cyber issues. And one component in safety and security of women's also in that. Thank you. Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you. And would you like to just tell us about the senior citizen one, because that's so important.
Yeah, we have started one more, you can say, the mapping of the senior citizens. Senior citizens who are staying alone in the city, we have done the mapping in every police station. After then, we have made the roster, we have kept the petrol books and the registers in our every police stations. Our big marshals, our mobiles, our officers, they are going there, checking their well-beings. And even in the issues that are not directly related to the police, even our officers are providing medicine also sometimes. And we are very much committed to provide safety and security to senior citizens also in the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I think they also had one Saturday every month for senior citizens. I think that was on the cards.
Ma'am, right now every Saturday we are addressing the issues of the senior citizen and the women. But in the coming days we will dedicate one Saturday exclusively for the senior citizens. So all the senior citizens, they have given complaint or email or anything. For ma'am, that we are not relying any complaint that is false.
That's okay.
Just,
may I say,
yeah.
how much time do you get to change into your uniform? I get 20 seconds. That license you have to give drama people, you know. It is...
Theatre is this.
Ma'am, it depends on the situation. If situation demand, we will also do that.
You were almost in 30 seconds. Wow.
So coming back to our initiatives, I think also one small thing I'd like to mention is that the Maharashtra State Women and Child Development Center Ministry has one-stop centers at KEM Hospital and Jogeshwari. Is anyone from Sneha here? Quickly, anyone from Sneha? Or have they left? Sneha, just come forward and just give her a mic quickly. I just want her to talk about it. It's unbelievable. I've never heard of it. I mean, it's fantastic. It's run by the government of Maharashtra. God forbid, come quickly. If anybody is in any trouble, any woman is in any trouble, any kind of sexual harassment or rape or any domestic violence, they can reach out to the center. They get all the help that they want. Please come. Just share a little bit.
Conceptualize it.
Right, this is so important for us because it's our Create's 20th year, and we thought that we have to do something for women and children, and what better thing than to get Lushin on board. These are such super plays. One of them, of course, is Bitter Chocolate, that's on child sexual abuse, and the other is Untitled, which works on women's issues, misogyny, patriarchy. But they're so beautifully done, and she's done so many different characters that it's truly amazing the kind of performer she is, because she's an internationally acclaimed actor. But apart from that, we wanted to make Maharashtra the safest for women and children globally, and that's why this whole endeavor started, and this whole kind of mission and vision started. So we're very happy to have everyone on board. We've got the Commissioner of Police on board, we've got the Minister for Women and Child Development, Avid on board. We've got a lot of people on board. We have, as of this evening, we have Juhi Chawla, we have Shonali Bendre, we have a lot of people who actually come forward to support the whole. So we're very, very happy.
And how long did it take for you to put this whole thing together? Because, of course, chasing the different ministries and the different departments is not an easy feat.
So really, it's taken us quite a while, about 3 months to put it from start to finish, and today is the culmination, so we're very excited. Also, it's all dedicated to both my parents, Alec and Paul Padamsee. So I really feel that they're here with us today. It's their blessing, their support that's managed to get all this up and running.
Anything else that you'd like to add?
We want everyone to be a part of this movement. It's all about civil society. We can ask agencies to do whatever they have to do, but if we don't get our act together and we don't get involved and get invested, it's not going to happen. So seriously, I urge everybody to step forward and pick up the baton and move forward towards a safest Maharashtra ever for women and children.
Actually, the initiative taken by the Creative Foundation, this is about the awareness and the making aware people about the 103, that is the helpline of Mumbai Police for safety and security of women. And this is very, very relevant initiative. So we want all the NGOs were there who are working for the safety and security of the women and child in the city. So this is one of the, you can say, most important agenda in Mumbai Police working, so to provide safety and security of the women. And that's why we are always with the NGOs who are working on this line.
Well, I'd firstly like to congratulate Rael and the Create Foundation on 20 years. I've known Rael for almost 30 years now, so since I was a kid, and I remember her and all the people she associates with always being passionate about social causes. Even all the plays we used to do as kids, the stuff we used to workshop, there was always some sort of social message in it, and I think that this is an extension of her and her ideology, and I think that the Create Foundation is doing wonderful work in spreading awareness, and I think that there's no better way to celebrate it than to spread awareness about issues that are so important, and it's great that she's gotten all these organizations together so that the action can be real and effective. I think that's the most important thing, because sometimes we do these things in isolation and we think they have impact, but till you get the primary implementers involved, like from the judiciary or from the police or from the organizations that already exist, and then use theatre as a medium to reach out to people to create awareness, it doesn't work, so you need these organizations to be part of it, and that's what Create has managed to do, that's what Rael has managed to do, and hats off to her, and I congratulate her, and I hope there are 2 wonderful shows over the next 2 days.
Right, and so the aim of the initiative is to actually make the state a safer place for women and children. And you being an actor, I mean, who better than you to tell us how powerful do you think theatre is in helping the initiative?
Well, theatre can be a very powerful tool. I mean, theatre first and foremost needs to be entertaining, and then through that entertainment it needs to spread its message, and I think that to find that balance is always tricky, and that's where the art of theatre comes in, is that how do you put your message across in a way that's entertaining but also gets people thinking. And I think theatre has always, I mean, right from Nautanki street corners to street plays to people just banging drums and making announcements, or long format plays, theatre has always been a way to get people to discuss things, social change, social messages, and all through fun and entertainment and engagement. And I think that when you watch something live and when you watch something like that's so visceral when it's on stage, it's very difficult to forget it. So I think it has a much stronger impact than digital or than film, because it's something when you interact with people in the flesh, it really does leave a longer lasting impact, and I think that's the strength of theatre.
Right. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, just congratulations and best of luck for the next 2 days, and yeah, some good shows.
Thank you. Rise Up for Equality Festival.
Well, I must say that I don't know very much about it, but I'm a great admirer of Rael and her spirit for helping theatre, helping causes. So whatever she does, I do support. Yeah. But I don't know enough about it, and I think more publicity should be spread.
Okay, but you are keen on the plays that are being showcased, because they are the plays here are the plays here will basically create more awareness towards the sexual abuse that women are facing in the society.
I wasn't totally aware of that, but considering that my husband and the Padamsee family and all are into theatre. So whatever Rael does, I support wholeheartedly. And if she's supporting a cause, that's even better. Well, I support anything that has a cause as brilliant as this. And I know that Rael puts her heart and soul into what she does. She is a wonderful organizer, a great crowdfunder, and believes in magnificent causes. So I know it will go far, and she will get every support, and also from me.
Towards making Maharashtra a safer place for women?
I think wonderful for children, women. I think Maharashtra always had this, some responsibility towards guarding your own family, but now Maharashtra is a family. Anybody comes to Maharashtra is part of family. Now Mumbai Police is taking such a extreme, what I heard from Satyanarayan, from children to women to senior citizens. And what Rael is doing, I think for today, I think it's incredible that she's been doing so much work, and we can see that the awareness is there, and with a performance like this, Lushin coming here, I think eventually as Raell said, that we all as individuals have to be awakened and rise. And yes, it's a very, very serious work. It's not just service. It's, I think, putting some awareness and in your family. And I think it's great, yes.
Since you're here, we cannot not ask you this question. How important do you think is theatre in bringing awareness towards a cause like this?
I think because it is so much in person, like it will have more impact. So going to the societies and having a performance there. Theatre does not mean that a performance happens in theatre. It's a live performance, so interacting live. So I think a performance like Lushin is performed here. If suppose we have 100 Lushins and they're performing everywhere, and not just as Nukkad Natak, but and the stories which are real stories, then what happens? I think it's the strongest medium which I feel is because it is very straight. You say it and it has an impact.
And lastly, it's 20 years of the foundation, Raell's foundation. So your best wishes to them.
My best wishes, 20 what, another 20 more, I'm sure, the way she's speaking. And obviously is the way it is working in a positive tsunami, as it's, I think it's really, everyone is going to support. I think I'm supporting from today.
Thank you.
Well, we started this play a long time back. Bitter Chocolate has been running, I think I've lost count now. It's over 75 shows worldwide. It's traveled to many, many countries. Actually, I sort of shifted gear about 20 years back, wanting to do something very meaningful on stage, because I felt that stage is a very powerful medium in terms of, just contact with the audience. Film is also a powerful medium, but you're not seeing your audience. You're not really that electric connection that happens when you are on stage and audience is within a few feet of you is something else. So when I shifted into looking at, subject matter that is meaningful, I started looking at material. And the first one I actually wanted to do was Aruna's story by Pinki Virani. She had sold the rights to Mahabhanu Kotwal. And she said that I can't give it to you because for 7 years she has it. So I said, okay. I liked her very, crisp and very incisive and very piercing style of writing. So I looked at Bitter Chocolate. And I had already done Untitled, which you're going to see tomorrow, which is a solo I did with Arvind again, 2 decades back. And I challenged myself because it was in Hindi. I have worked with puppets. I am handling all the actors. The male puppets are in my hands. They are being manipulated by me. And the other characters are all embodied in this person, Lushin. It's in the soul of the other characters is embodied in me. So Untitled had really pushed my limits, had challenged me, had taken me into quarters. Now, why I chose Arvind is, firstly, he's extremely passionate about theatre. And I've met very few people like him. There was another person I used to work with very closely, Royston Abel from National School of Drama, who was also extremely passionate. In fact, I ran a group with him for 4 years doing only Shakespeare plays where he directed, I produced, and I took all the lead roles. But aside of him, Arvind is somebody I really admire because he's an extremely intelligent director. He visualizes, he creates something which comes almost instantly to him. So I've got to kind of wait for that instant to happen when
it just happens for him, you know. As acting, like so many people just today asked me that how are you getting into 12 characters, you know, just one after the other. And I said, it's my soul. Ask my soul, really, because that's where it all is. That's where it all rests. So I went back to Arvindji with Bitter Chocolate after I read Pinki Virani's second book, Bitter Chocolate. I was extremely shaken up, and also I found it very dramatic to do on stage, and it's all based on true stories. So true stories create another kind of connection with an audience, because you know this is not false. This is exactly what has happened to, you know, children, to with parents, with doctors, with police, whatever. So I took it to him, and once again he did his magic and created these characters. Of course, it's all based on characters from the book. And what I love about working with Arvindji is that he allows me, you see, because I'm an actor and I'm also a director myself. I've been directing many productions over the years with Kids World and Theatre World. And I think sometimes the advantage with an actor and a director is that you also know what you want to see deliver. I hope I make sense, you know. Otherwise you are just allowing yourself like a carte blanche to be molded. You like to mold it yourself, and he gives me immense freedom in that. Perhaps because he gives me that freedom, it becomes so real, because he knows where, you know, like in rehearsal today, he knew that there was a lot of talking in the wings, and he knew that I had gone a little, I was not feeling it, you know, in rehearsal for almost like, he knows, I know, he knows. So it's like on the same track, and he knows if he leaves me, I'm going to fly. And so that chemistry between the two of us, that connection between the two of us is what has solidified, cemented, and made 5 of my pieces with him so successful, because there's reality in each piece, you know. There is reality in each piece. And of course, as an actor, you have to be in touch with that reality. If you start, because that's why I say acting, the word is a misnomer. It's all about feeling. It's all about feeling. If you feel, then, like Stanislavski says, the whole is the audience and the actor. So 49% is there. 51% is here with the audience, you know. We are a whole. We are a whole. So you saw in the beginning there was a little technical glitch, and of the lights, you know, there was a fuse, and I can't lose it. I have to be there. I know he will handle it. I know Arvindji will handle it. So that confidence, that connection is not just about me flying. It is about me knowing that he is there. The whole is him and me, and the lights, and the sound. Everything transports and becomes something else on stage.
Nay, one sec. Lushin, coming to the Create Foundation and 20 years of the Create Foundation and the Rise Up for Equality Women's Festival.
Yes.
It aims to make Maharashtra or the world at large a safer place for women and children.
Right.
How important do you think are these festivals in today's day and age?
I think extremely. It goes without saying. I also think that today a lot of people are doing theatre, not why just only theatre, even films. I just saw a film the other day with Kalki, who has been my daughter on screen for at least 3 films, Made in Heaven and Mantra, 2 seasons of Made in Heaven and then Mantra. And she called me for her opening of Goldfish with Dipti Naval. Marvelous. They both were just marvelous. And it speaks about dementia. It talks about a subject which is very real for a lot of us, you know. So I think more and more people today are looking at subjects which are meaningful, you know. I'm not saying that I don't direct plays that are fun, and Salam India is a lot of fun. It's just, it's a mirror unto ourselves as Indians. So it's a takeoff on what we're all about. We love being Jugaad kings, you know, so many other things that we just are, you know. So it's not as if that is not also that doesn't carry, it's not a social issue. It is, because a lot of what we see in that play is also kind of, related to social issues. So I think joining hands with Create is fantastic, because Raell is obviously taking it beyond the stage into conversion into action happening. And then how can an actor not feel fulfilled? Because an actor feels, okay, I've been there, I've done my bit, I've delivered, and now I have imparted to the audience, and the audience, I think, is journeying with me. I have to sense that, like I said. And then I've impacted them. Now where does it go? From that impact that they feel, they have to hear what is happening, which is what the gentleman, the police gentleman on stage told us, the many, many things that are happening, what needs to happen. So it's wonderful, because then it becomes a wholesome product, because it's not just ending here. It's flying out of the stage into something else.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you.
अच्छा, बिटर चॉकलेट पिंकी वीरानी किताब है, जिसको मैंने पढ़ा और लुशिन दुबे ने पढ़ा, तो हमको लगा कि ये कहानियाँ जो लोगों तक पहुँचनी चाहिए, और ये इसमें अलग अलग कहानियाँ हैं। और पहली बार पिंकी वीरानी ने इन कहानियों को सामने लेकर आई थी, तो हमने इसको जो ड्रामेटाइज करने के बाद ये हमने पिंकी से परमिशन लिया, और फिर इसको हम जो काफ़ी सालों से नाटक कर रहे हैं नाटक, तो इसमें जो समाज की अलग अलग सच्चाइयाँ हैं, ऐसी सच्चाई जो हम कारपेट के नीचे छिपा देते हैं, उनको सामने लाया गया है। इसमें चाहे वो हमारा पूरा सिस्टम हो, चाहे पेरेंटिंग हो, चाहे हमारे सोसाइटी के पुराने जो ढकोसले वाले विचार हैं वो हों, या स्त्रियों को लेकर नज़रिया हो। इसलिए ये एक ओपन करता है इस दिमाग को, जहाँ पर उन सवालों को उठाता है जिनमें बात नहीं करना चाहते हैं। और ये कि ऑटो सर के बारे में जो बात अंतिम कहानी थी, उसके बारे में उसका क्या हुआ हमें भी नहीं पता है। तो इस तरह की बहुत सारी कहानी है जो आती हैं सामने, और धीरे धीरे वो बैकग्राउंड में चली जाती है। तो इनको हमने जब नाटक रूपांतरण किया, तो लुशिन ने जब वो एक्ट करना शुरू किया, लुशिन ने उनको अलग अलग चरित्रों को बहुत बेहतर तरीके से किया। और इसमें सबसे बड़ी जो खासियत है, बैक स्टेज है। बैक स्टेज में लुशिन जाती है और जो है 10 सेकंड में और उससे भी कम समय में नया करेक्टर बनकर आती है। तो ये अपने आप में एक एक्टर के लिए चैलेंजिंग प्ले है। और लुशिन दुबे के साथ हमने 5 सोलो परफॉर्मेंस किए हैं। 2001-2 से हम लोग लगातार काम कर रहे हैं। तो ये लुशिन एक जो है बहुत ही टैलेंटेड, बहुत ही प्रतिभाशाली अभिनेत्री है। हमारे अन्य नाटकों में इसी तरह से लुशिन कॉस्ट्यूम चेंज, बैक स्टेज करना सब बहुत ही शार्प तरीके से करती है। इस नाटक में तो सबसे ज़्यादा चेंज है। तो उसमें चाहे म्यूज़िक का क्यू हो, चाहे विजुअल्स हो, सब कुछ जो है लगातार एक रिदम में चलता है। तो ये नाटक बाद में दर्शकों को एक ऐसी स्थिति में लाता है जो सोचे कि हमारे समाज में क्या हो रहा है। बहुत सारी बातें हुई हैं, बहुत सारे सही चीज़ें हुई हैं, लेकिन बहुत सारी गुंजाइश बची हुई है कि हम सब प्रिविलेज सोसाइटी में रहते हैं। कई बार हम कह सकते हैं ऐसा हमारे आसपास नहीं होता, लेकिन होता है। हम उसको नज़रअंदाज करते हैं। तो चाहे एक भी घटना हो, वो भी उसको हम इग्नोर ना करें, जीरो टॉलरेंस हो। विशेष रूप से बच्चों के बारे में ये नाटक उसी की बात करता है कि बिटर चॉकलेट की चॉकलेट जो मीठा होना चाहिए वो
Well, I have been associated with Raell's father, Arvind Padamsee, for a very long time while I was at Lintas. And during that time, I was helping Alec look after the public service advertising communication. So when this occasion came, Raell asked me to get involved. And we worked out a good brief, which we gave to BBDO, that's Josie Paul's team, and they came up, the brief was simple. Phone 103 and within minutes they will come in. And that's actually the campaign that you're going to be seeing launched today. So yeah, my involvement was to distill down the brief.
It's a fabulous idea. I have just completed a film called Yes Papa. I've made my debut as an actor where we are showing incest in the family. And children are sexually abused all over, not only in India, all over the world. I've written a book called Jennifer. It's on child trafficking and inter-country adoption, where a child, you know how the US is the worst case scenario for child abuse. We are also not anywhere, far. And I'm so happy that she's pulled this whole thing up. First of all, kudos to create an ace, you know. We've been part of the ace family for the longest time. Rael and, my husband and Rael's parents go back a long way. And it's wonderful that she's taken up this cause, and I'm very much with her on this.
And it's also 20 years of Create Foundation.
Exactly, it's 20 years of Create Foundation. I was just telling my son that it takes a hell of a lot of effort to run a foundation of this stature and to keep it going. All the best.
Like that?
Lots of love to Ace, lots of love to Create, to the fantastic team who's with Rael, and of course, the cheerleader, the main woman, Rael.
Thank you. It's 20 years of Create Foundation, and we'd like to start with your best wishes for the foundation and for Rael.
So, happy birthday, Create. And I think it's a very happy moment, 20 years of Create. And I've known Rael for ever since. And I know all the good work she's doing. And now this is another endeavor, which is a give back. And I think such an important one, because the safety of women is a crucial problem today. So Rael told me about it. I'm really excited. I'm all there to support her. I'm there for her always. So today is special, and good wishes to Create, my bestest to everything, and I'm looking forward to the play. Thank you.
Your best wishes to Create and Rael Padamsee.
Rael, of course, she has a special place in my heart, and her theatre is beyond excellence. But this time I'm super excited because it's for a cause, equality for women, and I really wish that Mumbai becomes a completely women-safe city, which anyway, compared to the rest of the country, I think this is the greatest city we are in, and especially when we have a cause like this, which we are all standing for, it's going to become definitely the #1 city for women, and I'm so excited about that.
Absolutely. Create, and the whole team, dedicated team. I know I've seen it over the years. They're doing a great job and really dedicated to the children, and doing this whole on safety, very important subject, especially for Maharashtra, for the women, for the children. So it's really Create and Rael and the whole team. They just do it with all heart. So they do it beautifully, and it's been always our pleasure in the Bajaj group to support them.
Let's start with Rise Up for Equality. Why did you choose to partner with Rael?
Well, thank you for being here, and thank you for that question. I've known Rael for over 25 years, and I've always admired the work that she puts in. We at the Royal Opera House and at Avid Learning believe the arts have a reciprocal effect and is an absolute important instrument for social change. So when Rael suggested this concept of the 2 plays, we obviously were on board, and we're looking forward to the next 2 days with theatrical experiences and the outcomes and the change that is going to come up because of this plays. Thank you.
Change is more important, I guess, the awareness that the plays are bound to create. Would you like to talk about that? Making Maharashtra a safer place for women and children.
I think using the arts, whether it's theatre, whether it's music, whether it's books, whether it's installations or performance arts, are a wonderful way of expressing and bringing attention to issues. And I think over the years, very successfully, they've helped move the needle in the direction of the causes that they're addressing. So I feel, and there's so much of this wonderful work going on across Bombay, across India, that I really feel it's going to help impact. And, everyone has to do its part, and this is our part we're doing. Thank you.
Yes. First of all, thanks for having me here. This is such an important endeavor. There are so many things that happen in the country, in the world, in the city about women. 90%, I believe, around that much, are never even reported. So lots of things happen to women to endanger their safety, endanger their daily life, and just generally a simple routine, it's all endangered. So that needs to be taken care of. And I'm very happy because all the women who do things, Rael and
Lilette, and I know even the Ladies Wing is involved, the IMC, I'm a strong part of that. But the fact that they've come together to do this is absolutely fantastic. I commend the Mumbai Police for extending their hand to, and of course the Royal Opera House for letting us use this fabulous place. And these are baby steps, but eventually, and the very necessary thing is safety for women. They have to be safe, and I just hope that works out as best as possible. और कुछ बोलना है?
I know that whenever Raell does something and is dedicated to Pearl and Alec, so whenever she does something, it's going to be terrific. I trust Raell to take all these wonderful initiatives, making it safe for women. It always has been safer than the rest of the country, but it should get safer and safer.